Surveillance cameras were rolling last year the night Tesla service center in Las Vegas turned into a target. Gunfire, flames, and Molotov cocktails thrown at parked cars.
Now Clark County prosecutors are dropping their case against the man who admitted to the attack.
Yeah, he was arrested last March. Paul Kim was facing state counts, including arson and firing a gun at cars and buildings.
And new today, District Attorney Steve Wolfson now says his office is deferring to a federal case where Kim has already pled guilty to multiple arson and firearms charges and could face up to 20 years in federal prison. That's why the state is no longer pursuing its own prosecution. Kim is set to be sentenced in federal court May 27th.
Metro